And every day it just got worse. Every day I just thought, I can't carry on like this. You know, I cannot go on like this. I just thought I was past the point of no return. I was like, there's no way I can come back from this. How am I ever gonna recover? And all the things that I wanted to do in life, you know, job and family, I was just like, it's never gonna happen. And so a month into my stay in hospital, I decided to run away, and I was going to kill myself because I just thought, what is the point of prolonging this pain? What is the point? You know, and I felt like a burden as well on my family and friends, and there was no way out. So I just thought the only way is to, set my life. So I ran away from the hospital. This was January 2008. So just before my 21st birthday, and I ran away from the hospital and I went to a bridge in central London. I thought about suicide a lot leading up to that. You know, it was always there. It was always like in the back of my mind. But now I was ready. I was done. And I went to this bridge, and my memory of that is really hazy. But that's where obviously I met Neil.
Johnny was calmly sitting there, but facing the river. You know, so my first thoughts when I got up quite close was that is somebody who looks like they might try and jump, somebody that might take their life. I didn't know at that point. I didn't know if it was just somebody sitting there and they were a bit more eccentric, you know, way more eccentric than the usual person, but I wanted to find out for sure. So I came around the side of him. I was really cautious about not like startling him too much, because I could see he was kind of just in his own world. And I asked him just why he was sitting there. I didn't want to offer any help or advice. I just wanted to find out why. But he did say to me, like, I'm going to take my life. And then that just opened up. Like, quite coincidentally, I found out that we grew up 10 minutes apart from each other. So, like, in the whole big place in London, you know, it's a multinational city, isn't it? You're probably an outsider if you were like born up in London. But we grew up in a like 5 minutes drive away from each other. You know, so I latched onto that straight away. You know, just any common ground. Where did you go to school? You know, slowly he actually started. I could see he just became more engaged in the conversation and started to come away from that really dark place where he was, because he really was, like, in the first couple of, like, the first 5-10 minutes of conversation, you know, he would barely look at me, really just in a distraught place. But then, you know, he started to open up a bit, and it became actually more of a conversation. You know, I guess I'd burst his bubble in a way, and then the whole time I was thinking, okay, well, I need to kind of get him away from the side of the bridge. So I said, let's go for coffee. Do you want to go for coffee and have a chat about this? I can remember saying to him, actually, if you want to take your life today, I'm not here to stop you to do that. You know, you're free to make your own decision in life, but I think I would actually really like you to get it off your chest, and I think you owe it to yourself to just have, you know, tell me why, you know, and then let's go and talk about it. And I think that idea started to appeal to him, you know, that if he, like, I guess it's like a bit of solace, somebody to listen to. So he stepped over from the bridge, sitting like feet and body facing the water. Like, all it would have taken for him to do was jump. So, but then, you know, now 15-20 minutes in, he's standing, you know, on the side of the pavement, like 10 yards away from the bridge, which is like, that was like leaps and bounds. A police car came up really abruptly, and Johnny straight away, as soon as the parts of the police got out, Johnny just ran back for the bridge. So I had to grab him. The police were really good initially, like, they restrained him, took him to safety in the car, took a statement from me, and it was like, okay, well, that coffee's not happening now, he's with them, okay, you know, and then I'm back off going to work.
After meeting Neil on the bridge, I was taken away by the police, and I was taken to a local hospital, and I was sectioned, and that was quite traumatic. But something had changed. Something in me had changed. Basically, I had hope. I'd never had hope before. Just from talking to Neil for that space of time, really, he said to me, just very casually, he said to me, he said, "Look, mate, like, I think you'll get better." It was such a simple sort of thing to say, and because when you're in that place, you know, you've got no faith left in yourself at all. So for someone to come along and, you know, put their faith in you, that was, you know, that was the key. And I held on to that. And, you know, sectioned, and they took me back to the hospital that I ran away from. And it was hard. But I held on to it, someone believing in me and telling me, you know, they think I could get better.